What's up, everyone? Jowell is here, and welcome back to another webisode on the J Advice Show. So today, talk about more on politics, even though I already said plenty of times last year. I think it was like around the time after the elections and everything for the president. I was gonna stop talking about it for a while and everything, or just not talk about it all and just focus on other things on the channel like how I used to. But this is what's currently going on right now. Is like the current trend. This is like what everyone's talking about, what's hot right now. So it's like there's really nothing else to really talk about when it comes to like what's going on in today's world or whatever like that. Besides this and other things tie into the politics or whatever like that. So it's kind of hard to like stray away from it and everything. But I do want to talk about the stuff. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm definitely going to be talking about other stuff on here and everything because there's a lot of other things I have in mind to do on this channel. But I'm just waiting as well for when the spring hits, when it gets much nicer and everything, so I can do a couple of like vlogs and other stuff outdoors I would love to do like I was doing before. So yeah, but the good thing is I'm doing more videos on here and everything like that, and it's been a while. So I had to clean up the dust off this channel and just continue posting things. But yes, but it's just crazy what's going on now. So today I just want to talk about, let's get right to it. So I just want to talk about the state of this country right now and everything. I'm not even talking about the world. I'm talking about I'm not even gonna talk about the world specifically with this country and everything that's going on. I'm just not happy with it. And like I said already, my past two episodes, like I'm just not happy with what this guy is doing in office right now, and this guy's acting pretty much like a dictator, wannabe dictator, a freaking neocon, and all this shit he's doing, and I'm just not happy with him at all. And it's just like what I said as well, like definitely reminds me of like him and his administration. Definitely reminds me of old school, the old Pokemon and everything with Team Rocket. When if you guys grew up during that time or used to watch it, or anybody who's currently watching it, you can still easily watch it online. Where Team Rocket used to always like dress up or like pretend like they're like some good person, or they're dressed up as like I don't know, some worker somewhere in some factory, whatever like that. And they always like fool Ash and his team, whatever, to like give them something or like to trust them, whatever like that. And then later on they reveal who they are, or they just like throw off their outfit and it's Team Rocket or whatever like that. That reminds me of Trump's administration, because they talked all this stuff like, oh, no more wars, we gotta focus on America first, all this stuff and everything. And after that, we vote him in. After that, he just revealed him, his administration just throws off their outfits or whatever, reveal who they are, and they're actually the devil, all of them, and everything. And this is what and then they're doing the opposite of what they said they weren't going to do. That, and we voted, and what everything we voted for, he's doing the opposite of. He wants wars, starting all this shit going, like all this shit's going on. He's starting with Venezuela, and wanting to start shit with Colombia, wanting to start things with Cuba, and now also with Mexico, with the cartel, and Iran as well, and Greenland. So yeah, so all these countries he wants to start problems with. Like you never what happened? Like you never said that you was gonna start all this shit, before you got in, when you had all those rallies and talking about America first, this and that, talking about the Biden administration, this and that, talking about Democrats, this and that, talking about liberals, left wing, this and that, but you're doing the opposite of all that shit. You're doing the opposite. The same thing like with Biden when he was in office, and all these wars we had, and continue supplying Ukraine with money and weapons. He's doing the same shit. Yeah, the same things he said he wasn't gonna do. He's doing the same shit. All these typical Americans, all these typical gringos in suits, rich people, elites, globalists, pieces of garbage, that is needs to just disappear, shouldn't be here on this planet. They're all the ones that's causing all these problems and everything like that. And I don't see things ever changing in this country as long as we have these type of people that exist. So it's just crazy. And just not happy. He lied to all of us. A lot of people turn on him. A lot of us a lot of us that voted for him, I should say, we turn on him. A lot of his MAGA cult turn on him. A lot of politicians like Marjorie Taylor Greene turn on him. Thomas Macy. What's the other guy's name? Rand Paul, and some other people as well. Because this is not what he promised. And they all see it too. They were lied to. They were betrayed. I was lied to. I was betrayed. And that's why I'm never going to be voting again for any presidents, because it's always the same shit. We have a Bush 2.0 in here starting all these problems. And look what's happening right now. Look what's happening. We have a George Floyd 2.0. We're back in 2020 again, where we have all these large-scale protests all over in different states and in cities. all over, these huge protests, a lot of clashing with the ICE agents and other federal agents and stuff like that. And this freaking guy is not even focused on that. He's worried about protests in Iran and warning if anything happens to them, you're gonna, retaliate. Like, what? Is that your fucking country? Why the hell are you worried about what the fuck they're doing? Like, what the hell's wrong with this idiot? It's like, I don't know, like, this guy's just like some crazy, madman, like, just out just starting problems with all these countries and everything like that. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. That's all I gotta say. Like, I don't like him. I hate him. Like, he's this freaking, dictator now. He lied to all of us, and now he's starting all this shit, and you promised not to, and you're doing the opposite, and I'm pissed off. A lot of people are pissed off about this, and I see things never changing, We have all this stuff going on, huge protests and all this, and, all that, going in behind Congress back and like pretty much doing your own shit, you and your administration, acting like the true dictators, not Maduro. You guys want to go in there and kidnap him and stuff like that, but you're not focused on this country. Now you focus on Iran, their protests, and look at the huge protests going on here. And, they're not focused on that. They focus on other countries and, and threatening Cuba now and Mexico, with strikes or whatever like that and all this other shit. And you see all this stuff going on here, and they're not even focused on it. A lot of stuff. Even the guy, what's his name? I forgot his name. The guy, the supreme leader or whatever in Iran. He was like, focus on your own country. Don't worry about us. And it's true. Why is this man so hell bent? Why is he so focused on other countries and not? Why is all these freaking American politicians like that? All these presidents. Why are they always focused on other countries and never here? We already know it was one thing why. It's because of money. We know they make a lot of money off of wars. We know that when it comes to specific countries, they like to steal their resources or whatever to make more money. So that's what they do with Venezuela, the oil. Iran, I say oil as well because I know they have that. I don't know what they can get from Mexico, but but it's something to do with money, So yeah, so it's crazy what's going on, and like there's so much shit going on here, so much, and this fool, this administration is not caring about that. They're so focused on starting wars, looting, like stealing these, doing like Pirates of the Caribbean pretty much, and stealing oil tankers, capturing them and everything like that, kidnapping presidents now and all this other shit they're doing. They're not focused on anything here for us, the American people. And everyone's like these fools, these damn MAGA idiots or whatever. They're like promoting this stuff. They promoted wars. So they're another ones who's like Team Rocket and they reveal who they really were and everything like that. They actually care about wars. They don't care about America first. And they rooting for this stuff. Like, this stuff is not going to benefit us. Probably those people, a lot of people who are part of his little cult because they're all rich white people or whatever like that. So they have money, but, and it's going to benefit them for whoever's like in the stocks or whatever like that. They have stocks in these oil companies or whatever like that. It's not benefit us poor people. And doing all this stuff is not helping us at all. It's just gonna help these elites get richer, and that's it. It's not doing anything for us. So just not happy with that. And like something needs to change. You need to get this madman out of office and his freaking administration and throw them all in jail where they belong. These freaking pedos and shit hiding in these files. They just try to do whatever they can to like let people not not focus on that. Like just keep their minds off of that and focus on everything else. So this is what's the top trend now, because first it was that with the kidnapping of Maduro in Venezuela, for what, it was for like a week or like couple like not even a full week, and then these protesting started, and now that's the big focus of today now. I mean for now, and then we don't know what's gonna be next. But this is crazy, guys. Like, I don't know what's going on in this world now. What type of like what's wrong? I feel like we're in some like alternate universe. We like some corrupted timeline or whatever like that, like some freaking video game where this needs to be corrected. And I've always said this plenty of times. I've said this on here, plenty of times I've said this on social media, plenty of times I've said this to my friends. Like, I just miss the 2010s. Like, I feel like after 2019, that was it. It's like we're in a whole different world. Things are just not good. They're not good. They're not the same. It's like, I don't know. This is like we're in hell right now. It's sad. And I want things to return the way they were, in 2019, and we could continue onward. So like I said, I just feel like we're in an alternate universe now. We're in the wrong time right now, wrong timeline. We just need things to be corrected. And so far, I thought voting for this guy, we would have been back on track with that, and we're not. It is the same shit. And I'm just not happy with it. I'm just not happy. Oh man. But I am pissed off with all this going on with this damn guy. and this asshole, still wanting to stall these problems with these countries and shit. And of course, want to pick on the weak ones, because you can't do that with Russia, you can't do that with China, you can't do that with North Korea, or whatever like that, because you know why? They have nukes. So yeah, so it's just crazy. Cause I know a lot of people. I think I said it already in my last video. A lot of people online saying, yeah, these weak countries, if you don't want to be bullied by these imperialists, pigs that just love to start wars, warmongers and shit, get nukes, and then they'll leave you alone. And I see that's true. So it's just crazy. Like something big is gonna happen soon, and I just wish I wasn't here. I wish I was somewhere far away from it when it happens, whatever. Because a lot of these MAGA idiots or whatever from the right wing always think that like this country's untouchable or nothing could ever happen to us. Like, yeah, we'll see. You don't know what these people are planning. All these countries freaking hate us because of what this guy is doing right now. This asshole is doing. And also, I've heard today. I think I saw it on Twitter. What's it? A lot of U.S. citizens or whatever like that. They're arresting over there in Venezuela, or whatever like that. Anybody with a U.S. passport, whatever like that, they arrested them and all that stuff. So yeah, let's see how well these rich oil companies and shit, how they're gonna be able to do this, how they're gonna be able to send their people in to like start stealing their oil and shit like that. Let's see how that's gonna work out. I know you had a meeting, what was that, 2 days ago, whatever like that, talking with all these rich idiots or whatever like that, and the elites, that how they're gonna bring in these people to like start taking their oil and shit like that. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes, because like we gotta have a Vietnam 2.0 and everything. So it's just crazy, and Iraq. And it's like it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm pissed off, guys. Like I don't like what's going on, and I thought things were gonna be better, but they're getting worse. It's like we reverted back, and it's crazy because we just started like only a week in, just a week. Yeah, that's a week now. This year is only a year. I mean, this year is only a week old, and by like a couple of days or whatever like that. And look, all this shit that's happening. It's like right after the holidays, that's when they choose to start doing this shit. So they like to talk about it being Christians and God this and that, but you guys love to like start wars all the time and kidnappings and blowing shit up, killing people and looting and all this stuff. Like that's not stuff like that's not like God, like anything to do with God. That's not like you're not God's children or whatever like that. You guys are freaking lies and evil, So it's just crazy, and not happy what's going on. Just not. Oh man, but like I said, this year is also a great start, right? Also a great start. Cause I thought everything was gonna improve, but same shit. Say it's different, pretty much different people, same shit. That's how it always is. Different administration, same shit. And right now it's like we just went right back to 2020, with this there like George Floyd type riots or whatever like that, protests I should say, and everything like that. Kind of like we reverted to like in a mixture of 2020 and damn, I forgot the year. Damn, I forgot which year it was. I don't remember the exact year with Bush or whatever when he started the one Iraq, but pretty much that, because at that time I was a little kid, so I don't remember. But it's like we reverted back to those two different like timelines, like kind of like like intertwined or whatever like that. So it's just crazy what's going on. And also speaking of that, because I also want to talk about that as well with a little bit more of the protest, because like I already said, I'm not on either side, whatever like that. And there's a couple of people who said the same on Twitter, and that's the type of people I agree with and I like. Yes, that's what I like to hear. Remember, there's one guy, Sneeko, I think that's how you pronounce it, whatever. That's been really vocal on Twitter and everything, and been talking a lot about both sides, mainly with Republicans, with the right side and everything. And I agree with 100% everything he's saying, whatever like that. But he's just like me, where he was lied to in the foods, and how he's like on no side. Both sides are bad. Both sides are evil. Both sides are corrupted. And it's true. So I'm not on either side. And just like what he said is the same thing that I'm saying here, and that I said in my previous videos, where if you like, I don't care what you people call me, because if you just because you don't agree with them, whatever like that, they want to think that, oh, you're on the left side, or oh, you're a liberal now, or you're a communist now, whatever like that. But if it's the opposite, if you agree with what's going on the right, the left is calling you Nazis and all this stuff. But like, I'm none of that stuff. None of that. Like, I'm on neither side. He's on neither side. Both sides are evil, whatever like that. And like he said, only person side he's on is God's. And I agree with that. So it's the only person side I want. It's the only person I fear, or whatever like that. Not these assholes, because this is what they want. They want everyone to fight against each other. They want a civil war. And these fools just don't get it. These sheep are still fighting against each other, where it's left versus right. and all that. That's not how it should be, because that's what they want. It shouldn't be like that. We should be banded, like, standing together and whatever like that. But they want us to be separated. They want us to fight each other or whatever like that. But yeah, but I'm on neither side. Like, I hate both sides. Both sides are evil or whatever like that. Both the Democrats and the Republicans, they're both doing something bad. Like I already said in my last video and the video before that. One side is for the DEI and woke shit and all that stuff, and one side is just for warmongering and all the other shit they like to do. So both sides are bad. So I'm not on neither side. I don't care what everyone calls me, because I'm not on neither side or whatever like that. But yeah, but like I said, things just suck now. The state of this country is like in the turmoil. We got this crazy fools in office that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and all they care about is just money, starting wars and killings and all this other stuff. And I don't see things ever changing in this country, because it's been like that for years, even before I was born, but before my generation. So and it's just crazy. It's crazy. And also another thing I want to mention, I forgot that I was going to add on with the whole protesting. So I remember before, a lot of people on the left was always talking about how ICE agents or whatever, they're racist or whatever, but they don't seem so racist after all, right? Because the person that was shot and killed, she was white, So yeah, so it's just crazy. I think also that she was a lesbian or whatever, or she was married twice or whatever like that, and then she divorced and became a lesbian. I don't know the exact story, but yeah, but she was white. She wasn't black, whatever like that, So yeah, so it's really interesting how they're having these big George Floyd type protests for somebody who was white this time. Very interesting, but this goes to show that they don't care if you're black or white, whatever color you are, whatever skin color you are. If you get in their way or whatever, they're doing their job, then you are gonna fuck around and find out. So yeah, and I'm not on these protesters' side. So just let you guys know, like I said, I'm on neither side. If I look at what's right or what's wrong. I watched the video and I saw exactly what happened. And some people are saying, "Oh, that's not right." Oh, they twisted the video, they edited or whatever. Like, no, that looks legit. So I'm not on these guys' side, these fools that's protesting. These people are doing their job. You guys keep interfering with them, getting rid of these illegals in this country that's taking these jobs from us. Some of them are criminals. Start like doing all type of shit on the streets, stealing all this stuff, robbing people and shootings and stuff like that, taking our jobs and everything like that, and also apartments away from us for people who want to move, whatever like that. So it's all type of shit going on, and it's just crazy. This is crazy. So yeah, so both sides are bad. Like I said, I'm not on either side or whatever, So yeah, and also was right is right, was wrong is wrong, So yeah, so I don't see what's the point of people doing this protest or whatever like that. So yeah, she wanted to get in their way or whatever like that. She could just happily went home after dropping off her kids, but no, she wanted to go there and obstruct their work, So yeah. So she got what happened. It was coming, I wouldn't do that, because I would be expecting the same thing to happen to me, if I was there. So yeah, and a lot of those people who protest, you would expect the same for you or your family members or whatever like that. If they want to go out there and do something like that, some shit like that, So yeah, and that's that. So yeah, like I said, not on either side. So I'm talking. I call out all sides. So I'm on the protester side. Well, I guess you could say on the ICE side with this, because like I said, they're doing the job or whatever like that. So you can't be getting in the way. Can't be getting in the way. And I don't like people who be doing stuff like that, because I know I would never do something like that. And also the left, the right, all of the same and everything like that. So I'm not defending. I can't defend something that I think is wrong. It was just it's stupid. We saw the videos. We seen everything that happened. So yeah, so that's that. I don't really care about what's going on, but things like that though, he should be focused on. But he's too focused on other countries and everything like that. So yeah, so this administration is just a mess. And like I said already, plenty of times already, we were lied to. We were lied to. And I think that's it. Yeah, so just remember everything at the top of my head, because I did write down everything. I like to usually write down things in my notes on my phone to, like a little summarize of things I wanted to talk about before I forget it. So yeah, but I think that was it that I wanted to mention all with that. But yeah, this country is just a mess, and I'm not happy what's going on in this world now. Like, I really miss the 2000s and the 2010s and everything like that. Those are the days, man. Those are the days. Like, I just freaking hate it now. Freaking hate this country. That's all I gotta say. Like, I used to like it so much back then, and then now I don't, with the Biden administrations, where I started hating it, and now with this freaking dude, I just fucking hate it. That's all I gotta say. If I had the money, I would just gladly move away from here, because it's just a mess. It is not the country that I remember growing up in and everything like that. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. So yeah, so let me know in the comment section, down below, that good stuff. And like I said, let's talk or whatever like that. I'm not gonna turn off I'm not gonna disable comments. I'm not gonna remove any comments as well. From everyone who's different point of view on things or whatever like that. Like I said, I don't mind having any friendly debate or whatever like that with anybody. If anybody agrees, anybody disagrees, if anybody's like neutral, you're just in the middle right now, it's fine. There's no problem with that. I have no problem with you, if that's what whatever you believe or whatever your thoughts are or whatever like that on anything. That's not me. I don't care, So yeah, so everyone is different. No one we weren't all born to be the same way, So yeah, we all had our different minds or whatever mindset. We think differently, we look different and all that stuff, So I don't care about all that stuff, Either you left, you're right, you're in between, whatever like that, can always talk. So yeah, always talk and everything and share our thoughts on things, debate on things or whatever like that. I don't care, But yeah, I'm not gonna just attack you out of nowhere unless you attack me. Disrespect me, I'm disrespect you. But I'm not gonna turn off comments or stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, let me know in the comment section down below all that good stuff. I'll see. Maybe I'll try, I should say, not to for the next episode to be about anything to politics. I'll probably see what else I can do on here. But it's just it's just a crazy start to this year. Like a lot of shit was going on. So I know it's not gonna be the easiest thing to do, whatever. But I am watching closely. I am watching closely online to see what this fool's gonna do when it comes to anything with Cuba and Mexico and stuff like that. So anything happens, of course I'm gonna have to talk about it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna say I won't, but I'll see. I'll try, for the next webisode not to be about politics. But we'll see. We'll see, because right now there's too much shit going on in the world where I can't even ignore it, and I think a lot of people should ignore it. A lot of people should wake up to what's going on and stop living in the little fantasy world, or stop being ignorant or whatever like that, and just focus on one thing in their life, focus on their jobs or whatever like that. There's more serious shit going on in this world that people need to look at, and open your eyes and see what's going on and everything, and talk, So yeah, freedom of speech in this country, right? Talk back and everything, like what I'm doing now. Don't be afraid. But yeah, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this webisode, and I'll see you guys next time for another one on the Jay Vice Show. Peace.